Yeah, my name is terrible.
Did you play B-Dub when you were young?
Yes, when I was really, really young, I played, or like when I was younger, I played a lot of just like 4v4s and all that kind of stuff. I didn't play 1v1 until actually right before StarCraft 2.
Well, you know what's funny about that? There were so many people that played team games in Brood War.
And that's it.
It was an insane. It was actually more people that did team games than 1v1.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Lots of 4v4s. And, 2v2 actually in Brood War was really competitive. It was one of the – it worked on an RTS level.
Yeah.
I always wondered if 2v2 never took off because of a lot of the latency. Like, already getting 1v1 was, like, a big problem.
2v2 was actually – 2v2 was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, there were actually 2v2 tournaments. There were teams that were solid in 2v2.
IC Cup has 2v2 ladder.
Yep.
They had who was that team? LJT and Magoo? Remember those guys?
Oh, my God. They were
there was just these guys that would go, like – it was like 59-2 or something like that on WG Tour. And I used to, like, be a ringer for one of them. They never talked.
Ever.
I'd be like,
not once.
What do you want me to do? And they're like, just shut up and
play.
Make stuff. I'm like, what are they like? These guys like connected by avatar tails and stuff to their heads? I don't know.
They were so coordinated too.
They were really good.
And I mean, like, they would disengage at the same time and like re-engage and like reposition and like never talked.
Yeah, I knew some pretty good 2v2 players, and a lot of them were saying that when you get to a certain level, you almost don't need to really be communicating as much. Or maybe you talk for just a minute.
It's kind of like, have you ever played in like a band of musical instruments and all that stuff? Like, if you get enough with like a band or something like that, you sync up, and like, oh, I'm just going to let the drummer just do a solo. And the drummer's just like, I'm going to do a solo now. Like, you get that eventually. If you
exactly. It's like they have the symbiosis, the rhythm down just perfectly. I think, what did they do? It was Magoo played Protoss, and then LJT played Random.
Random, yeah.
Yeah, which made it pretty tough for...
Yeah, no, it was really funny because like Nick and I were on the same team, and every clan war was the following. It was, we're just going to assume LJT and Magoo are going to win.
Yeah, and then we gotta
we gotta find another 1v1 somewhere, and I'm gonna have to play in the 5th deciding match every time, and they're always gonna choose an island map against Zerg. So like, it's this really weird setup where I just had to do nothing but practice island maps because in StarCraft, a lot of maps are just unfair. For one of the races, they were just awful.
Especially
that was island maps for Zergs. Oh my God!
Island maps were tough. Although I will say, I enjoyed seeing island maps in some tournaments.
Oh yeah, like Gorky Island and
Gorky Island. And there was Dire Straits was another one.
That one was really bad.
That map was a complete disaster, man. Where Terrans could hit your island from like one of the other islands. It was because it was actually like a pure island map. It was something like just
there were
15 islands on a map. Whereas sometimes you have an island map where you start out on an island, but the rest of the map's connected by land. There's a lot of cool stuff like that. Speaking of 2v2, by the way, is the best 2v2 comp in Brood War, is that still double Zerg?
It's banned.
Yeah.
You have
to play Zerg and Random.
To get double Zerg?
For the 1/3 chance that you're going to get another Zerg.
I didn't know that.
Double Zerg is straight banned, and in fact, increasingly the rule is 2 picked races that are different.
I guess that would make sense. What happens is that the 2 Zergs would rush one guy.
Yeah. And
then you have one Zerg that would, like, so they rush one guy. Yeah. It's like, how do you stop a dozen lings immediately there? You have like one Zealot come out, and he's like, just gets surrounded. And then what happens is one guy is like teching to like 2 hatch mutas, like just in his main. The other guy's expanding, and there's like no way that that one remaining race can possibly stop because like the combination.
So here, the rule in 2v2 is that all you're trying to do is win a 2v1 twice. And the way you win a 2v1 twice is by having faster units, right? Because if they can't join their armies together and you have your fast little ball, it might be way weaker than their combined army, but you're just never going to let them join together. So, I mean, it's like Vulture Ling into Vulture Mutalisk. And then, like, one of them gets a Goliath, and everyone's like, whoa, they are late game in this 2v2. And sometimes in the pro leagues, they used to actually have 2v2 matches, and some of the most insane games ever happened. There was this one map where it was split down the middle, and so there were 2 spawns on each side. And so when the game started, given that there were only 4 spawns, you knew whether it was like 2 1v1s or whether you were both spawning on the side fighting the other person. So it led to a whole lot of really weird, sweet, dynamic games, which I love. I love that there's a billion maps in Brood War.
There were so many maps, and there was, even though some of them weren't fair, I enjoyed the fact that you. Like, even for some of these maps, like Protoss, they're not going to do well. And I like the fact that I'm forced to figure something out for some of these tournaments. By the way, we've got all these new features in the Brood War observing. How are you enjoying speccing now?
Really awesome. I mean, like, you know, every time you guys are making a joke about there's like a Nexus, did it get killed by the probes? I was just like, oh, just go zoom in on the Nexus.
Yeah, there it is. Now
zoom
I
in
know
on
for
this,
sure.
make this point, do this stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's definitely the one thing I'm working with is trying now how to figure out like dynamically changing the little windows in the bottom do somewhat block things. So I just need to remember all the hotkeys there. But observing is just awesome, especially because they made it a lot smoother with following units now too.
Yeah, I saw that because I mean, like proper Brood War just is like low frame rate, stuttery like when you try to do any follows.
So it never really worked out. So people just kept like kind of just framing shots, and they kept like following units. But now I can just like alt click on a unit, you can just follow it. But yeah, I mean like I've been hosting tournaments on 1.16 for the last like 7 months.
Yeah.
And it's just gotten so much better now that you have like the full screen. There's no blocking UI.
Well, it's, you know, sometimes you get these fights and it is taking up 3 to 4 screens of size. And I know if you're a player, obviously to zoom out in that moment would be unfair, but it's really cool to actually see these big fights where you have, you know, the Terran with all the siege tanks, the siege mode, and the vultures getting in position with the mines and the turrets. And you see the Protoss beginning to move in here.
On over here, bud.
Put this pillow on the ground here, make a little bit of room.
Can I have that pillow? This chair sucks, but can I see that pillow?
You want
I'm so glad
I'm folding into a cashew nut because there's no back.
It hurt. I took this. I was the first person back here, and I just took the corner spot.
This couch is pretty nice.
Yeah.
I got a little lumbar support now with this little pillow.
Yeah, this is a little bit better. How are you doing, Legionnaire?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
I'm going to get destroyed, but, you know,
Knowing
knowing my fate beforehand is
tell us
beneficial.
who you're playing first.
I'm playing Rhett.
You're going to just get murdered, man.
I'm
How do
gonna
you
go
win
at it.
that?
Yeah.
No, you got this, man. You got
See,
this, dude.
Does he have it?
Red,
It's
red
so obvious
Control
when you
yourselves
lie.
perfectly. Make a lot of probes. Sonic Storm's pretty good.
Dude.
So, hang on, start that again. It's probes first.
Make lots of probes.
Yep.
Sonic Storm.
Yeah.
+1 attack. Kills the Lings in 2 hits instead of 3.
That is the caster's favorite factoid.
Yeah, I know.
Every time I bring
get
it up,
excited
I
when
feel
I'm
good.
like, hold on in. Okay, so see the forge spinning? He's getting +1 attack.
yeah.
Now, you normally kill him with 3 hits. Now with 2.
And this is an inflection point. Yeah, I mean.
Also, if you get the +1 air weapons,
You
get a certain number of Corsairs. I believe it's 6.
Yes.
Take out a Scourge before.
That's true.
That is true.
But
These are all good tips, guys.
These
Keep
are all
them
good
coming.
If
Keep
the
them coming.
Zerg get the +1 carapace, you're back up to 7.
There you
Corsairs.
go.
Yeah, that literally for a long time was my go-to playstyle against Protoss because I just didn't really understand the matchup. And when you don't understand something, you just literally try to do some cheapo trick. And for me, it was I rush for +1 carapace, so that way I can always be even or ahead, and then just make lots of Zerglings.
I think that's what you're supposed to do, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's default play. Then
Looks
you go
like
for
you figured it
cracklings
out,
and you win.
K9.
Dude, I gotta say, Cracklings.
Yes.
Cracklings, by the way, are speed and adrenal upgraded
Yeah,
Zerglings are so unfair.
Yeah.
That
Oh
is the
my
most
god,
overpowered-
What we know about that is being Protoss players,
Yeah,
man.
they
my
are
main drops,
super unfair.
My buildings are disappearing like popped balloons. It's happening so fast. It's insane.
Then you have to drop 1 Overlord worth of Zerglings in your base, and it's gone before you
yeah.
can get back.
And I'm like trying to get my army up the ramp, but there's just Dragoon going like this on the ramp. Everything's running around at the bottom.
I mean, I'm a Terran player, so I get the Dark Swarm over my army, and then a bunch of Cracklings, and I'm like, oh, that was a good army. I'll just build another one. Oh, no, there's a whole bunch of Cracklings in my base.
Even regular
GG.
Zerglings without the adrenal upgrades, they're the actual main source of damage in mid-game against Terrans.
They're Zerglings in StarCraft 1 are way stronger than StarCraft 2 Zerglings.
Yeah.
Just
people that have not played this game are going to
astronomically.
find that out very fast.
Yeah, 1 Zergling beats 1 Marine in a one-on-one.
Yeah.
And so if they have 10 Marines and you have 12 Zerglings, you barely lose if you have a good angle. So it's really easy to ruin a Terran if you just hit him from a good angle.
And if that Terran just happens to be on move command for a second.
No, that's totally true.
It's like 100% perfect trade.
Dude, it's really
even attack move, because it takes a little bit longer for them to register that frame of them coming into
Yeah,
their
they like
range.
kind of stop and point for a second.
You got to like hit hold immediately or patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. Oh, it makes me so tickled and so charmed to watch players who come from MOBAs, come from StarCraft 2, where you stutter step? What is this?
Oh my
what
God.
is this
No, you
strategy?
can't, yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, you're going to run and shoot and run and shoot? No, you're not.
Yeah.
You like every time I've been playing on 1.18, 1.19, I like counter some terror. Now here's the thing. So here's how a Marine attacks. He holds his gun like this. And then when you hit attack, he goes right. And then he has to stop for something insane, like 10 frames, like a third of a second, to put his gun down. And he hasn't fired yet, and it's been almost half a second. And then he'll fire, and if you say move, he has to wait until his cooldown is done, and then he pulls his gun back, and then he's allowed to move. So not moving Marines is one of the most important things in the entire game.
Those
Because
guns
then they don't
are
deal
pretty
damage.
heavy. They're space guns, man.
I know.
Yeah.
They're shooting
Whoa,
aliens.
hold on.
And in
Space
truth, they're
guns
actually
in
they're
space
space
suits.
Marines as well, not
Yeah,
even
this
just
is
normal
really-
Marines.
oh.
These
Yeah.
are Marines in outer space.
These are
guys.
Marines that plug into just larger man suits that are operated by like larger biceps and pauldrons.
More importantly, they research just needles going into their arms so they can.
Yeah,
run
and they still
faster.
do drugs like these.
Yeah, how do they get the needle in their arm? Is that just built into the suit?
I think it goes straight into the forehead.
Remember when the StarCraft 2 trailer like first came out? That's like that's how Tychus got locked in. I thought it was like a Marine being made.
Yeah.
And then Tychus' helmet closes, but if you notice, he still has that cigar in his mouth, and I'm like, oh, what happens then? Like, what if he drops it and he like goes onto his neck, and his big Marine hands are smacking his helmet and stuff? Ah!
The fan gets clogged in the
These
back.
are the things that keep me up at night, guys. Everybody else was like StarCraft 2, and I'm like, did the helmet close with a cigar in his mouth? Because that's what I saw.
It's like at no point does a suspension of disbelief kick in. It's like, and what's the mechanism for that?
And then when Heart of the Swarm came out, I watched a Viking land against Ultras. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
He's like, well, I got this, boys. And like comes down. I'm like, no, you can't land Vikings against Ultras.
Who's commanding this?
Who's
army?
in this? Who's microing this Viking? One Viking? Maybe in a TVT.
Well, now
Maybe.
new Vikings because they get the plus armored.
Oh, that was I remember my old roommate Asher. When StarCraft 2 came out, everyone was like super hyped. Like my house was doing like in-house 3v3s and 2v2s and stuff. And I watched him play, and he's building Vikings. And I was like, "Oh, why are you building Vikings?" He's like, "Because they're cool." And I was like, "Oof,
You're from a different world than I am."
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time in matchups. Like if you're against a player in a game. So I mean, like stalkers would come up and he would like land and be dead like immediately.
Oh my gosh. Then next thing he does, he starts to humanize the units. He's like, well, this Viking killed a lot of guys. I'm going to send him back to my base and land him. I want him to live through this
Roger
entire
the
game.
Viking is going back home to go get repaired.
Yeah, like
He's going to get a medal in this game.
now
He's
he's
done.
there, Sergeant.
He's getting
It's a good amount of
promoted.
kills, yeah.
He's going to rule over this map after I beat this other guy's army. He's going to be in charge of Python from here on out.
That's
once
how
we
Nick
get
and
rid of
I-
all the Protoss.
That's what Nick and I used to do when we would play in Brood War. We would we only had one computer, and we would be doing like 1v some number of computers. Like beating a computer took a year or two. Like it's hard to beat a computer. And then you start to play in like 1v3s and 1v4s against PCs.
Legionnaire. We were really little Legionnaire. We were little baby nerds.
Yeah, and it was all about the story of like my army, like this guy did good work. I would congratulate him. Actually, like be role playing, like talking to the unit on the screen.
Good job, Jeff, the SCV.
This explains so much.
Tell me what it explains. Walk me through what it's revealing.
Well, it's a deep insight into your psyche, explaining the relationship between yourself and the StarCraft units.
That's true.
That's right,
I would
yeah.
humanize this cup of coffee I'm drinking right now. You've done good work helping me focus right now. We're waiting for the next games to set up.
Wait, what was the first?
I put a roofie in there. It's fine.
That's right.
That's fine. No, it'll be a great cast. I'm feeling good. I'm in a good mood,
This is me casting on drugs. I'm like just trying to stay focused, but they gave me a TVT as well. I'm like, no, this is hard mode no matter what.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. Terran versus Terran games could drag, dude.
Yeah, that was a long matchup. So wait a minute. Legionnaire, you're older than us. Wait, how old are you?
36.
36?
Yeah.
What was the first RTS game you played? Were you old enough to have played Warcraft 1? Because I missed
Warcraft 1 was the first RTS game I ever played. I was in the Netherlands at the time. No, Sweden. I was in Sweden.
Huh.
So I was over there. I was on a trip over there. I was in the Scouts. So it was the World Jamboree, 1995, I think it was.
Wow.
And we're doing a homestay with a random family to give a bit of culture difference over there.
Yeah.
And they loaded up their computer, and there was this game on there, Warcraft 1. It was the most amazing thing I had ever seen.
Oh my
That's
God.
I remember the first RTS I think I saw was Warcraft 2, and before that, I mean there's There were no MOBAs back then or anything else like
there
this.
was nothing back
There was
then.
nothing like this back then.
It was
but I'm
all
like
turn-based games.
But I'm like, wait, you're controlling orcs and lots of them, and they're like mining trees and making boats.
All right.
Oh, we're almost ready to start.
Oh
this.
yeah,
apparently we're getting ready to start. So
oh god,
I'm gonna go zoom in on some random stuff, and
you will be missed, but then you will be welcome.
Thank you for joining us, buddy. Who are we casting?
Wait, it's a 3 versus 3. They're doing a.
Oh great.
No, that's not possible because nobody's at the computers. Wait, I know. I think we're doing the 1v1, right?
No,
no,
I'd be playing.
Here's
I'd be leaving as well.
Yeah,
we are just gonna see what happens.
Do we know who's playing who?
Yeah. It's going to be Red Artosis and Draco.
Red Artosis Draco.
Good.
Versus Nyoka G5 Legionnaire.
I'm playing.
Uh-oh.
I was not even
You've
aware.
been conscripted,
Get
my
out
friend.
of there.
Am I on Red's team in this?
No.
Excellent.
No.
I might actually get a win against him.
All right, well, Legionnaire, go have fun.
Good luck, have fun, and it's just you and me.
Just us, man. I don't like any of those other guys, by the way.
I'm really glad it's just you and me.
It's
I mean,
just us now.
you and I. It's all we ever got in life.
That's right. That's it. Uh-oh, hold on.
Oh god.
All right, here he goes. Act normal. Act normal.
Okay.
Hi, Jeff.
Hello, Jeffrey.
Hey guys.
How's it going, dude?
Good, man.
Where'd my water go? I think someone took my water.
It's good to be here.
I'm taking this water.
Yeah, just have a drink.
Doing it.
Dude, when you first got into Brood War, what kind of games were you playing? Not like outside of Brood War, but like in Brood War. Were you actually doing proper 1v1s, or were you infinite money map 3v3, 2v6 comp stomps?
No, I think this wouldn't be a shock to people that know me pretty well, but like I'm bored of everything except for like competitive things. They're just really fun for me. So even like Brood War came out, what, 98?
98.
Yeah.
March 31st, 1998.
Okay.
I think,
1v1s
sounds right.
immediately.
Really?
Now, were you doing just like normal maps like Lost Temple or
No one knew what a normal
Boneyard or whatever the maps were that were
Even in StarCraft Vanilla, which was still just terrible maps, terrible balance, just weird stuff. I was really young. I played some BGH, but not really, and I only did it because like my friends wanted to, type of thing. I was always on Lost Temple or Challenger, which is weird. But
Challenger. Whoa.
Yeah, where like there wasn't even a natural. There was kind of a third that was your natural, but they're like expanding.
There was
an
island expansion. There was like this mineral. You'll remember that.
Like a gas base island, I think, or something.
This is a great story, okay? Slayer's Boxer played a match against a blind player.
I remember that.
Challenger. Yeah. And this blind player literally would just like listen to the selection and would know how to like move his screen.
Didn't this guy 4-pool or something?
He 4-pooled, and Boxer built a bunker. I was like, you are such a monster. He's blind.
Yeah,
like,
I do that too. I'm not going to lose to a blind dude in StarCraft, man. That's it.
No, you
got like 5 bunkers there, man. This guy's blind guy's going down. Bring it on, blind guy.
I want to be in Boxer's mind. He's got to be like, oh, you're blind and you're 4-pooling. He's like,
oh my God,
isn't that really going for it?
That map. I used to play so many games on that map. And like now, I just know how painful everything is to do anywhere. Like there's all these weird, tight corridors, and there's like an expansion that has 8 minerals and 4 of them wall off the other 4, so you like mine your way into still not having extra gas.
That was before they figured out like spacing on minerals too. So they would have like 4 crystals and then like a gap and then another one.
Yeah,
it was a bad mineral line. It was weird.
You have one of those workers that would loop all the way around.
Do you guys remember, and I know you do, you're going to laugh when I say this, the amazing period of time when people figured out how to CC slide. You could slide your CC right up against the minerals.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, I barely remember that. Yeah,
that was like 1.04.
It did not last long. There was also the drone stack, the flying High Templar, water, the Jesus Templar.
Yeah, the flying drone trick,
which was like the least impactful until they discovered that they could just like walk across the water and storm your minerals from behind it.
It'd be like 12 versus 3 or whatever in positions. You're like, all right, I got this strategy, and here we go. Like. No.
Yeah. If you took a drone and you mashed him against the side of the map and issued a build command, and I think also had another unit selected at the time or something, and like issued a cancel, the drone would lose because right before a drone builds a building, it loses collision. So that way, a building can go on top of it, because right before you build a building, it says, "Is there anything here?" And if the answer is yes, it goes, "You can't. The construction's blocked." So the drone loses his collision and then becomes a building. So you could get into that state where it would lose collision, and then it could just go anywhere on the map. You literally had a drone that was more than a flyer. It was an unblockable unit, and it could build on top of anything. It could build right on top of minerals.
Do you remember when you could actually crush interceptors with floating buildings?
Oh my god!
So you would actually,
yeah.
I remember the first time I experienced this, and there was even some debate with people like, "Well, it's kind of a skill thing. I mean, it wasn't intended this way, but you know, so you come in there with your carriers, and you know it's glorious as a Protoss player because your interceptors are going everywhere, and you'd see them lift their buildings up, and you're like, okay, he's gonna tap out, right? And then you see them land, and then your interceptors just start to die. And I remember the first time I played, I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, because you're moving so fast in StarCraft, and I'm starting to see these kind of. It was like because when an interceptor dies, it's like a little bit of blue smoke or dust.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wait a minute. And then eventually, there's just like 3 interceptors flying around, and I'm like, I pause the game. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? And he's like, my buildings can crush interceptors, and I'm like, I'm like. No, seriously, what is going on? And he's like, no, seriously, my buildings can crush your interceptors.
It wasn't even like.
Because I thought, I'm like, okay, you don't need to be a jerk right now. Something's wrong with this game.
I know.
This must be,
There's some
this a
sort
hack? I don't know what's going on.
Weird roundabout logic to it, like you're crushing it out of the sky, but it's like it would land, and at the instant it landed, the interceptor above it would explode.
Yeah, it's like it just killed the animation or.
I don't know what it did.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but oh my god, that was so funny because I recall some competitive match where there was actually like 9 barracks floating and landing with a line of tanks and turrets. Yeah,
you send your carriers in, and all of a sudden the buildings start to just move like this.
StarCraft's in the war room, and they're like, "This is not what we intended."
This kid's L key on the keyboard is catching on fire. He's hitting it so fast.
Oh my gosh.
This is what else? What other weird stuff?
Dude, I mean, you were talking earlier about the infamous hackers, Jello 1 and Jello Pud, the Jello clan. It was a clan of hackers, and they're
watching, by the way.
Yeah, hey guys, good to see you. I saw Jello Pud in the chat. Welcome
He's
to
like,
Day Nights.
I'm a normal person now. I've grown up.
No, I literally will never believe
you're
that.
Forever a hacker now. There's no forgiving you.
Yeah, but he would. We're on the hunters.
No, there's no stopping now. Okay.
All right.
Who's who?
We have
that's Artosis.
There he is.
There he is. Wait, who's on what team?
All right, this
is going to be a disaster, guys.
Wait, okay. What I need you to do is I need you to go into the Alliance menu, Sham2. It's the second thing down there. It's the second one. Click. Nope. Wait, that's the unit statistics panel? Oh, shit. Wait. Okay. No. Oh, wait. I'm wrong. Bring them all back.
Sham2, go to the 4th thing, toggle down, go up, end, and quit.
Wait, how do you go to the Alliance menu?
Wait a minute. You have to ally 3 of them. And then
you got to
ally. You have to shift tab.
Yeah,
tab,
actually, hold shift tab right now. Shift tab.
Shift tab alt Q.
No, just shift tab.
Shift tab alt tab. Go to Google.
It's not working. Oh my god.
All right, no, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay, so is it cool colors versus warm colors?
What is that?
I don't know.
Was that the
There's
special edition Nexus?
Yeah, I think so.
By the way, Rhett being Zer, good for him. What a hero.
Oh, I guess what they're doing is, okay, so the blue glowy guys are on one team. And the kind of, see? So those guys are on a team, right?
I don't know.
Well, guys, we're off to a great start here. This is
this is really good. But we got to talk about the hacker clan, the Jello clan.
Yeah.
So they were some of the most frequent players of StarCraft.
Oh, you might be telling a story we just told when you were gone.
What was that?
Well, there's 2. You didn't tell the other one. Are you telling the interview story?
No, I'm just talking about who they are. Like,
they
just
bad people.
There were hacks in Brood War that existed that were like blatant mineral hacks, where like 80 seconds into the game they would be attacking you with guardians, and you're like, okay. But the most common form of sort of sneaky one was a map hack, and your map would look kind of like what the mini map you see right here is, where you could just see everything, and you'd always kind of suspect some people sometimes because they would do spooky things. And lots of really excellent players simply look like they're hacking when they play because you get good enough to where you go, oh, it's getting to be around this time in the game. My layer's about 70% done, and that's when he would send a probe here if he was doing this. So let me just go check that. So you wind up with some funny interceptions. But, I mean, the Jello guys just were really obvious. Like,
well, it was actually, speaking of hacking, there was this kind of crazy thing where everybody would accuse each other of hacking, online. it's actually kind of funny because, Sean, I know for you and me, we actually didn't think almost anybody was hacking because I just couldn't imagine why you would want to bother cheating in a game where there's no money on the line.
Yeah, no, Rhett's 100% correct. This patch, this on Hunters, this one just literally has
a brutal mineral patch.
Yeah, and that's exactly the way it is in actual Hunters. Like, also top right has a really bad mineral arrangement.
So in everybody would accuse each other of hacking, right? Because nobody knew, for sure who was doing it, and then somebody figured out a way to check replays, and that you could prove who was hacking because you could click on something that you couldn't see, right?
Yep.
And basically it was like 99%. If you're cheating, you will have clicked on a unit that you would not have been able to see, and then a bunch of people got busted. It was crazy. Some of them were like people that were really serious and were on big teams.
Who was the one that busted themselves? It was like Twisted or somebody. They were like they were showing a replay of someone BMing them, but in the picture was the mini map, and the whole mini map was revealed.
Yeah.
Can't remember who it was. Not Twisted. It was.
Oh my God. Looks like Rhett's receiving a little bit of pressure. He's going to try to isolate this. Artosis is playing on someone's computer to change the hotkeys. That's amazing.
This is something that Zergs always do within team games. Is there are a lot of times the first ones to get rushed. Now that's a good play. Can we go down and see that Zealot down there? This is for the nerds.
Bottom left.
Bottom.
Behind
See how you put it behind the minerals like that? You always get a favorable trade with that.
Yeah, that's really nice. And of course, this is very common. Zerg's not going to really get the opportunity to make any more drones for the next 5 minutes because in team games, it's about figuring out methods of joining your army together with your allies. So
if you're like a really good Zerg 2v2 player, you're just so good at defending with lings and sunken colonies and drones, it's insane.
Oh, your job is to absorb the offense, and it's going to be like minute 15. They're going to be like, all right, guys, I got my first carry, and the Zerg's like, I'm on my 9th drone.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit. I've just been surviving this whole time. They're like, good job, you did your job. Can you get to mutas? And you're like, 20-minute mutas incoming.
All right, Rhett's going to hit him with the let's kill someone. I feel like there's a way to open up this alliance menu. I feel it. I feel it.
Do you want to go back there and try? You could put
the Plot Brothers request that you attempt to once again figure it out.
Well, it looks like there's going to be an attempted break on G5, but G5 is probably the strongest player here, I'd guess. A
lot of times in a fight like this, you want to... I mean, if you lose one gateway, the game could snowball. Oh my God! Actually, this is getting pretty ugly. G5's in some trubs.
Trubba-dubba-dub-dub. Well, looks like...
You're doing great, Nick.
A moment of silence.
Moment of silence for that.
I think one of the best ways to co-commentate with someone after they say, like, Trubba-dub-dub! Just say nothing and let it hang.
Just let it hang.
Yeah. I just have to live with what I've done.
He's like, that was funny, right? Anyways, so there's some Zerglings making their way to the middle.
Here's Artosis trying to talk smack while he's playing the game. He was never that good at this.
Yeah, so,
Uh-oh. Now, Stim, Marines, Fire Bats, and Medics, when you're all stuck on Tier 1 in a team game, is a scary thing.
He's pretty dead.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the deadest
pros.
Protoss.
That Fire Bat, though, who just, like, Marine walked backwards.
Artosis is claiming... Okay, so Artosis, because Rhett changed the hotkeys.
Rhett just changed the hotkeys on Artosis' computer before he sat down, and, like, Artosis has to hit 1Q, 2Q to attack.
There's something very perfect about the fact that this is happening to Artosis, too.
Who is this dying? Who's orange?
Orange is Draco.
Oh,
Draco.
He's having a rough day.
Yeah, man. He's like, not more Medic Marine again. So.
No, God.
This is,
That just, yeah, there it is.
There it is, yep. And that's the game.
This is trouble. That's trouble.
There's Evo walls. There's a
Evo
Zerg
wall.
player in a team game. He's like, oh, God, I got 8 drones.
I'm using literally all the technique I can.
Oh, wait, let's watch Legionnaire die. There's Artosis.
Protoss players dying in Medic Marine here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times if the Terrans in a team game can get up to Medic Marine, it's really hard because everybody's, especially in big team games, everybody's rushing everybody, right? So it's not like you can just rush up to a Reaver or something like that, you know, or go to Stargate or whatever you want to call it. So you're like on Zealots and Dragoons, and if they end up getting enough Stim Marines, unlike a normal TVP where you can obviously just tech up because you're stronger at the start, but yeah, man.
Nick,
so
Dan's targeting these pylons here. If he can get it down to 1.
1. Okay, so the tasteless pylon will go down second.
Okay.
And then it'll just be a...
just in a, what do you call it?
Artosis
It's an Artosis pylon.
Yes, it is.
I think it's an Artosis pylon.
He's creating Artosis pylons.
Wait,
it's weird.
He's gone this far now.
So Draco's alive somehow.
Here we go.
Draco was absolutely dead and is yet alive.
Well,
that's the thing
bailed
about
out, man, by his friends.
Team fights in Brood War, Like, as long as you have just one worker that can mine, you can start to edge your way back in if people stop paying attention to you.
You know what I want to say, Sean, you were talking about team battles. I think it's so cool. A lot of people don't know this, I guess. Well, in Pro League Brood War, double Zerg is banned.
Oh, we were just talking about
Oh,
that.
you were? Dang it. I missed that.
No, it's all right. We're
Yeah.
all rotating in and out here.
That's all right.
Well, it looks like... Who is this? So this is
Draco and
this is
Artosis.
Draco and the Tosis.
Yeah, I mean,
And they're headed southbound at G5. They're like more like G0, and they just kill him there.
You know, I actually think it is the top 3 players in that nameplate versus the bottom 3 players on that nameplate. I think this is what I've slowly concluded.
Really? Was it that easy all along?
It might have been that straightforward right from the beginning. Top versus bottom.
The answer is just beneath our nose the whole time.
TVB.
Okay, G5
That
actually.
can't be stopped, right?
There's no way.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
mean-
well, these zealots won't help me here.
Artosis is too powerful with his Q buttons.
He's good at making Marines.
Look at this kid go.
Look at him. God, unbelievable.
Those are Space Marines, guys.
I know.
He's a father of 3. Look at him. Ooh, zoom in again. He could do it even more.
What does the max zoom in on this, by the way?
Right inside of him. You can make this into an FPS if you
You
want.
just go into the ground. We see there's worms in there. There's worm life on this planet.
My God, the plantation.
All right, so it looks like Rhett is trying to be helpful, but I mean, at this point,
he's Zerg,
it's
you know.
pretty much down to just Nioka.
So who do we blame here for when the team loses? Who is the one that dropped the ball?
Red for sure to start with, because he'll be the one most likely to take it serious.
Yeah, see, this is
No.
where it all comes down to Nioken. Let's take a look inside Nioken's base. What has he been building? He's been building Marines. What's in his base? Like, what production structures? There's
Kind of unimpressive.
oh, there's a factory.
Unimpressive.
Yeah, this is over, man.
that's
Team
just-
games on Hunters, man. It's a real slugfest.
This needs to be on big game hunters. That's where you wind up seeing the real men fight.
That's when we're never going to get back to this tournament, man. If it's on BGH,
Yeah.
there's no end to that, man.
Here's the problem with your wall in, bro. That's your production.
Okay, so this is going to go down. All right, well, I guess we're getting close to the GG moment here.
GG buttons.
Draco actually survived that crazy attack.
Do you like GGing in Brood War or StarCraft 2 more, Nick?
Oh,
Which one's the better GG?
It's definitely perfectly 100% equal.
Wow.
Okay.
That doesn't happen often.
No. All right, now these medics might be able to. No, they won't.
There it is.
Yeah, they have. Here we go. We're in a Hunter's game. You're a hacker.
Yep. Every
GG.
game, every
All right,
time.
now you pause the game 3 times and you disconnect. Oh, no, okay, you're just going to leave the game.
Yeah, no, that's right. The
Pause and disconnect.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh my God. that
And
was
while
the
we're
funniest-
going
The
with
best
classic team games, here's another little trip for you guys. Right
best
when you
is-
have a bunch of lings at the bottom of the ramp, ask them where they're from, and as they're typing in their country, you run up there and kill them. Okay?
No, I like the disconnect when you told them that those people that were so mad, they're like, I'm going to disconnect on you now.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
You can't stop that. What is it, 45-second countdown?
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
50,
You're like,
I
oh, my
think.
God. Yeah.
it starts at 50.
Yeah. So when you disconnect in Brood War, a screen comes up that says waiting for players, and it slowly ticks down, and you have to wait.
Does it still do that now?
I don't know.
I saw it.
I don't know. Like in all of my games, I don't have lag. It's fine.
Are we going to the gents? Are we going to the next match?
Sounds like they're doing maps for the next match right now. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get this going.
Pauses were a resource in Brood War. Each player was given 3 pauses. Anyone could unpause, but you could only issue a pause 3 times.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you'd have these moments where you'd like pause and they'd unpause, you'd pause, they'd unpause, you'd pause, they'd unpause, and you had to play
That's
a game
it.
of Brood
And then
War.
you're like, well, I got to answer the door. The pizza's here. And
You come back, the game's
Come
going,
back.
you're like, all right,
Yeah.
take my ladder points.
yeah, we always had to occasionally be like, all right, Sean, you got to hop on here. Like mom needed us or something, or one of us. I'm like, okay, Sean, I got this. And I'm like slowly losing the game. I'm like, I don't know how to do ZVT.
Yeah. Oh, that
All
was
right.
the worst when I would pick up your games.
Artosis. Does your back hurt from carrying the team?
Can we just have a vote for the MVP of today?
Artosis.
Is
for
it
changing your
Nioken or
attack.
is it Artosis? Okay, he won a group,
No.
but like
Yeah.
there was
Damn.
only 4 people in his group. There were 6 people in that game.
That's true.
You
You should have unallied them and then killed your
I
allies.
actually was planning on it, but for some reason the computer kept Rhett's hotkeys.
I know. You're saying like Q. What?
He has Q for attack, but medics still have A for heal. So I'm like trying to attack, moving. My brain is like there's circuits coming out. I would have killed him even harder, but I mean, what can you do?
What are you going to do, man?
You're going to have to just chalk it up and admit
can't believe
that
you played that
looked
well.
weakly.
You played that well.
You're a
with
hero.
that. That's crazy.
Jeez,
You built Marines, and then you just 1Q, 2Q'd.
dude.
That stim ability seems pretty good. What
Did
do
you
guys
see when
think?
those slow zealots were coming after me? I was like, "Wah!"
Jeez.
And they had no chance.
That's right.
I can just imagine you. You
Clip
don't
that,
even
guys.
need
Clip
to touch.
that. You're never going to see that kind of athletic movement out of Artosis again. So
Clip it and put it on a loop.
Yeah.
Why? So we're going to go into this next match. It's going to be Legionnaire versus Red. Legionnaire very
man.
concerned.
Yeah.
Because Red seems to be in fantastic shape now.
Well, I mean, with the hotkeys that he had set up there, man, like he had lift off his D. I couldn't even get my barracks to land.
Are you sure that he didn't just do this to you on purpose?
yeah. Because he doesn't play Terran.
Yeah, because
So.
Yeah.
but like
Oh, does he still do
No,
TVZ?
he played his TVZ.
did
yeah.
TVZ still?
He never did TVZ, right?
No, he doesn't.
Scumbag
have
matchup.
It takes
picker
a
right
real
there.
smart player to do
You know what?
TVZ.
What do you do if you got two guys that both are like the matchup pickers? Like I play
Oh, I
Protoss
know.
versus Terran.
no,
Then
it
I
was
play Terran versus
countdown
Zerg.
wars. You would
Zerg
just
versus Protoss.
switch at the last
Yeah.
second,
Yeah.
and then you'd wind up. In
You're like,
these
oh my god, I'm
weird-
in a TVT. I have no idea what's going on.
I loved it when that happened. That was fun to watch. Iriador from Team Liquid.
Oh
used
yeah,
to do that.
Ariador, Liquid Drum.
How did you say his name? Iriador? How did you say his name?
Say what name?
The name that you
The
just said?
name you
Which
said-
one?
The
you
what?
said- It was from
Iriador. Iriador.
Iriador. Iriador.
Iriador.
Iriador.
You need to have a recording of a Tolkien book.
Yes,
Because
please.
it's like the audio book.
Oh, is that what it's from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to.
Nazgul
like a
as well
river
from
or something.
Tolkien.
What is that genre?
Epic
Fantasy?
fantasy.
Fantasy. Exactly. So I use my creativity, my imagination to say it
Pull
how
a
I
muscle
want
if you
it to.
stretch that hard, man.
You know what Tolkien? Tolkien wouldn't do? He wouldn't correct me. He'd be like, "Good for you."
Is that what
He wouldn't do
Then
anything.
he'd turn to us and be like, that kid never learned how to read.
Oh my god.
So,
That's really mean, Tolkien. He'd be like, "Shut up and read my book."
all right, in the upper right, we have Rhett.
God, you can't help yourself, can you?
In the upper left, we have Laganeer. How do I say this in control? What is
It's Legionnaire. It's Legionnaire. You know
Legionnaire.
that.
All right, Legionnaire.
Oh
It's
my
a-
god, that's
it's
With
funny.
some
Spartan
sparkling blue. We're going Vegas on this Nexus. Look at that.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling gal. It's a Nexus.
Yeah, let's observe the game like this. 'Cause
Yeah, let's
this is what Brood War actually looks like when we played.
Now, what if we get to people where they can hack in the game and they can zoom in like this? Their micro's going to be too good, guys. some guy on the internet who doesn't get sarcasm is like, already on it, tasteless. Like,
Oh man.
What's the really
look at that overlord.
scientific sounding word for when you're
All right,
your
unpause.
poophole.
See, look, 2 times.
All right, now.
What you
Forfeit, yep.
Forfeit.
He didn't type PP first.
Can we get a confirmation here, Bryce? Is this a forfeit for the
There's
pause?
a forfeit here.
He
He's
didn't
disqualified.
He did not type PPP.
It's a
He did
double
not
loss.
type
Okay, do we
PP.
have a Kespa referee in the
There's a
house?
Kesper referees are coming in here right now.
Yeah, no, Kespa was hugely controversial at the time. They implemented a rule
It's
that said-
controversial, Nick.
Call-
John.
I'm not Jan, I'm Marsha.
Marsha.
Yeah, let's get back to normal. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, they implemented a rule that was you can only end the game by typing the English character G in GG, uppercase, lowercase, or a combination of those two. And if you want to pause, you have to type PP, uppercase, lowercase, or a combination of the two. And
Which stood for Pries Pros.
so Go Rush, he was in a game and he typed GG using the Korean character, and they not only gave him a loss, they gave him a disqualification loss, which is hugely painful for your rating points.
And they removed one of his fingers, too. It was madness. It was total overkill.
But then in the very next game, right at the start, Go Rush hit enter and typed A just to make sure that his keyboard was in English. And then he meant to hit backspace and enter, but he accidentally just typed the letter A at the start of a game, and they gave him a disqualification loss for that. It was like one of the most controversial things ever, and everyone was like enraged.
I can't believe that Kespa did something like that.
Yeah, right.
They were such good guys.
They had the players' best interest, and they just all they cared about was good StarCraft. You know,
yeah.
that's weird that they did that.
By the way, guys, Legionnaires 2-gate rush here.
2-gate rush.
Bringing it back to 1998, boys.
Yeah, 2-gate rush. This is
Getting the DeLorean. We're going back to 1998, where this was a strategy that worked.
Nice.
To get there, you have to go 88 miles per hour in control.
I like it. I like it.
The reason why you don't normally see this is if Zerg could just have the right number of lings, they can hold it. And I feel like somebody like Rhett is going to hold it.
Yeah?
Yeah, but if they also have the right number of sunken colonies, what do you think about that, Nick? Not the wrong number, but the right number.
Well, then what happens is they make a shuttle and drop them in your base, and then you lose anyways. So don't do the sunken colonies.
Yeah. That hurts so bad, dude.
I'm so sorry that this match couldn't be played first, so I could enlighten you to that. But
yeah. Where were you an hour ago? When it showed up, I was like, oh, White Raw.
Oh, actually, I was talking to Nyokin on break because Artos is like, he's going to drop 4 Zealots in the man, and me and Nyokin are like, no, he's not. And then he does it. And we're like, oh, my God, he's actually doing it.
Like, is this a Zealot drop? And someone's like, oh, it's Reaver.
Nick and White Raw think
alike.
Yeah,
it looked like Reaver to me too, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So the pressure build that Legionnaire's doing is the economic version of this, and in the economic version of a 2-gate, you actually have enough money to build Zealots and probes and pylons continuously, and you can expand on the back of it.
This is going to get dicey for Protoss if he miscontrols.
When these Zealots are running to the left or right, they look like they have Zergling camouflage on.
Yeah, they kind of look like they're wearing Zergling like skin pelts. They got Zergling pelts
These
on
are like
their back.
Predator
Have you
Zealots.
seen the HD Zergling arms?
No.
It's like little Munchkin kids on
Oh
Halloween.
my God, it is! Look at their fingers!
Oh my God! They're going in for the tickles.
Here I
Tag it!
Oh my God!
But it does look like the Zealots actually have a dead Zergling hide draped over their heads and backs.
Oh my God!
Isn't that amazing?
Oh man,
those fingers!
Oh
That has to be something that when they were remastering this, they're like, "Hey, Mike, can you come in here?" He's like, "Sure." What do you got, Jerry? He's like, "Zerglings are really weird looking in HD. Like I think back in 1998 it was a cool idea, but now it just looks weird." And he's like, "Keep it. I want them to look weird."
they get Sam Wise in, the concept artist. They're like, Sam,
what were you thinking?
What are these kind of pixelated things? Like, oh, those are their hand antennas. They're what?
I want them to dangle when they run too.
By the way, he's actually.
How do you think they clap? Come on.
How do they tickle each other otherwise?
How do they repair electronics in small places?
Dude,
Guys, can we get serious? Nick's trying to point out that there's an expansion
cannon
and
rush.
a cannon rush.
There's a cannon rush.
There we go.
Nick's favorite thing right
this
now.
is my. You know the buildings don't cost supply. All right, you write this down.
Can we later? Because when something like this is happening, let's try and stretch the time for which Nick can declare it past the moment that it happens. He's so wired to be a commentator.
So
he's like, guys, can we? That's really funny, Dan. That's really funny. Can we, guys? The people want to, guys.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, like this move is a really common way to deal with a Zerg that is being pressured on multiple fronts. You just build a pylon and 2 cannons behind, and because he's occupied with a Zealot rush or trying to counter pressure, just trying to get back on a stable course, he often doesn't quite have a free Zergling or a free Overlord in the right spot to check those out.
I don't think there's been a longer explanation for a cannon rush in my entire life.
No. Remember.
What just happened?
Oh. The
Amazing.
sun set and rose again.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Look
listen.
at Rhett's face right now. Oh,
can
my
we
God,
get
he's
a shot of
so
Rhett's face?
angry that Legionnaire is typing to
He's
him
gonna
while
do it
wrecking
again.
him.
Please do it
Can we
again.
get Spencer? Can we get Rhett on camera?
Oh my
No
God.
goldfish in that mouth.
No, the goldfish is long gone. But
I would
look at that.
question-
He looks like a curious bear when he plays. He does. He's like curious bear. He's a curious bear. He's like, I think there's food in there. Yeah.
Wait, guys. Nick, can you
Wait,
explain?
don't let him. Don't let him. Keep talking about something else.
lost Sean.
He's getting rushing again. Let me talk.
Guys, when the cannon's built on the high ground, it defends the low ground cannons, and the low ground cannons are meant to hit the hatchery. Hitting the hatchery is good, because when the hatchery dies, he doesn't have a hatchery anymore.
Day9's out of a job now.
Oh, shit. Remember, listen, if you do it once, it's a cannon rush. If you do it twice, it's a cannon technique.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. And he just dies.
Oh,
to
is he just going to
hydras.
die?
Yeah, he just dies to hydras.
He's like, oh, no, I need the cannons back home, too. This is not...
You just... Anyone who's watching for the first time is like, so is this just a race to build cannons everywhere?
Yeah.
Is that...
The cannon race.
Legionnaire has single-handedly ruined the meta for all the new kids that come to play this game. All right, you got to make zealots and put cannons everywhere. Going to the top.
He's the Australian hero too. I'd love to hear like the Mr. Legionnaire. What do you do, mate? He's like, you just keep making cannons, mate.
Making cannons there.
They protect you from drop bears. They protect you from
drop bears coming down there.
Oh, man. Wow. I can't actually believe that Rhett is going to break this front, but I think that Legionnaire can actually pull back and stabilize on one base.
But the fact that he got 2 hatchers, can't we just give the win to Legionnaire for this? Is that fair? Do we know what the rules are for this tournament?
The style points are definitely in his
style
favor.
points, yeah. Look at this one sad Dragoon. This is the most miserable feeling as a Protoss player trying
and he dies and he just turns into a suit.
Look at those tails on the Hydras.
Yeah,
they need to get
so
tail
detailed.
attacks.
There's no goobly hands with those guys, I'll tell you
man.
right now. Look at this micro from Legionnaire too, man. This is pretty sick.
All right, Rhett's like really trying hard here. He's like, I'm not get every probe.
Call me a curious bear again. I'll show you. I'll show you guys with your American voices.
Oh, God. That is so funny. I can't. That is the funniest thing in the entire universe.
Yeah. Look at the yellow glob outside the natural. It's like, this is sick micro, and it's over.
Yeah.
He's like, micro those zealots, please.
Let's see what Legionnaire looks like. Can we get Legionnaire on camera? See what he looks like. This is a face you're like, I'm
crikey,
trying.
Mate, crikey.
Yeah.
I've seen some tough stuff in the bush, but this is incredible.
GG. All right.
Yeah, you know,
and I'm happy now.
I will say, like, the next step,
look at those
making sure you're set up for it is, like, so important for Protoss in the early game because you can get addicted to those cannon rushes, right? Cannons here, but cannons there, but... You know, 150 minerals is a lot of minerals for Protoss early game.
Look at that vein in Peter's neck, dude.
That's the vein that you get when you're trying to get those zealots to kill those hiders on speed. You're like kind of moving around, but you can't really do anything no matter what. You're like clicking around and.
Oh mate, I can't rush to your bases, and you still had those hydras. Can't believe it.
Oh man.
Do you reckon if I can't rush your third base, you wouldn't have the hydras?
Oh my God! I can't. I'm like right on the edge where I can't pull it together.
Good day.
Like
My name's Peter Neat. I'll be a bus driver for the evening.
All right.
Oh God!
I hope he doesn't 2-gate again, man. I don't think it's going to go well. Oh. All right. We got Rhett in the upper right. Legionnaire in the bottom.
Jeez.
All right. Map is going to be. Is this?
Python.
Python, yeah.
You can tell it has a snake in the middle of the map.
Yeah, well, the... can you hit tab once for me, Sham, too? Just one tab?
Alt tab, please.
So you hit tab and it makes a... Oh.
That's the collector's edition, or the pre-order Nexus, by the way, guys.
Yeah. And that's the pre-order hatchery.
Yeah.
If you pre-order this game, your Nexus looks like
that's
it's
underwater. That's the thing that you guys that are watching
club.
don't have if you didn't pre-order.
Yeah.
It's already over.
It's already over. Yeah.
You can post-order it, I suppose.
He did something good long in the past. He pre-ordered StarCraft Remastered. You know, Legionnaire, for the fact that he died pretty quickly to that Hydralisk push, if you look, everything outside of his death was actually going great. He was hitting probes, he was expanding on time, he was controlling his zealots well, he had very nice probe angles to be able to set up those cannons behind the hatches. I just think if he does like 20% less cannon stuff. He's actually...
So you're saying only 2 cannons at the third base.
Actually, if he did 2 cannons at the third and then 2 cannons at the
thing
fourth...
is that when a game's going like that, if they're still trying to expand and you're cannon rushing them, then they probably don't have a layer. So the only thing they could do is just try to counter bust you.
Rhett is a cheeser, you're right.
Yeah. Reckon he won't anticipate the 2-gate again, eh? Oh, it's a gas this time?
Yeah.
Oh, gate gas.
Gate gas, Legionnaire, very, very much.
So if you've been liking this, by the way, he plays against Moonglade in the near future. For Australia.
Well, I tell you who is liking this is Moonglade watching.
I'll
put Overlords over my expansions. And
I'm going to win £100, mate. Whatever our currency is.
Quid.
What is it? What's
I think it's Australian dollars.
Australian dollar, the AD. Is that what it's called?
AUD.
Yeah.
That's a time, you guys. Okay. It's back when, old stuff happened.
You're right.
So Rhett is doing one of the most common builds for Zerg against Protoss nowadays, which is to build an Overlord and then a spawning pool, and then you expand. It allows you to get enough Zerglings to be able to deal with early zealot pressure from one gate. Excuse me.
You're excused.
I really appreciate that.
No, you
That's
know what?
very thoughtful
I'm
of
not
you.
going to let him excuse this. You know what? That
You
was
know what? That's-
unacceptable.
You know what? To be fair, with Nick not
Could you
excusing it
turn
and me
your
excusing
mic
it,
off next time?
I think it goes to Dan now.
Sean, yeah, it's up to Dan. Dan, what do you do?
What do I do when?
Is it excused or not excused?
Dan's like, what's going on, guys?
Guys, I'm just trying to watch these zerglings
I just
tickle
have
the
an
rope.
I just have an earnest, middle of the earth kind of brain that just wants to watch some StarCraft. And I wait for Nick to make another joke so I can laugh hilariously at it.
Dude, with this build, by the way, from Legionnaire, this is like kind of in the mid-period for PvZ when people stopped 2-gating. They started doing 1-gate gas and like kind of pressuring Tekken up.
So like after Reach, but before Bisu.
What's
Yeah.
it going to take to get that Forge expand? Yeah, Bisu, man. Who's going to do it? See, now this is what I thought White Row was doing, by the way.
Yeah, this is this is a old standard build. Like if anyone watches Modern Brood War in tournaments, Protosses are early expanding nonstop, and you will see a lot of these type of 1-gate plays from Protosses on ladder, or from us, because honestly, a lot of these kids who've come in at like 2011, they like don't know how to hold off a 1-base.
Yeah, it's what's funny is if you play against some of the much younger people that are only used to fast expanding Protosses, are like, what's this? This is not a thing, and then they die because they've never had to make that many lings early.
Guys, I'm right here. Okay.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Control. You're right. You're totally right.
Well, I mean,
sorry.
dude, 1-base plays and early aggressive plays are very hard to hold off unless you know.
You got to have it down to a T.
Unless you make zerglings and then.
Well, the thing is, if you make too many Zerglings and they're like, that's fine, they expand. And you're
Yeah,
like,
but then a Reaver shows up. And
Yeah,
you
no,
got
that's
Zerglings, and you're
what
like,
makes the one. I think 1-base Reaver.
Stay out of
plays
this
for
Terran
Protosses
player.
really obnoxious. Yeah.
So we got the Links coming down. It's really important that the Protoss tries to get a read. Now, you will get a Corsair in there no matter what and figure that out, but yeah, any read
Did
you
he
can get early
make a
on.
Corsair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
God,
the one.
please tell me. There it is.
There it is.
pew, 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 pew,
So,
pew.
typically, if you're watching an early expanding Protoss, he'll build 5, 6, 7 Corsairs, get the +1 attack upgrade, be pressuring, and is trying to get control of the entire map. But if you're in an early game state, you don't necessarily need to control the map because there's not a lot of stuff going on. So this early Corsair's job is really to do something efficient, to kill overlords, to force Zerg to get some anti-air, which this early in the game you really are kind of struggling to afford almost anything as Zerg other than just building basic drones. And Legionnaire needs to do a very quick follow-up of something. This Corsair will almost always get 3 or 4
There's
kills.
a conservative route to this build, too, where you just kind of scoot down the ramp. And with you get usually 1 DT, then you just make High Templars and try to get Storm and have enough cannons to hold. But I'm sorry, how many gates does he have? Can we actually get a shot of this?
I think
2 gates.
I
So
definitely saw 2.
This is okay. So this is a variant of this. Yeah, he might try to put some pressure on here. A lot of times the Zergs don't have sunken colonies. It's kind of crazy.
Just gonna run DTs in, man.
Yeah. You get 1 DT and you have maybe a few Zealots and a Dragoon, and you run in there and you either try to gun down this Spore or you run up into the main, since you have an idea of where all their Overlords are.
And what's really crazy is that at this phase in the game, Legionnaire can actually just build 2 DTs
And attack.
Yeah, and most of the time Zergs will have Hydralisks without range, or they will have just some Zerglings, and those fall very quickly in low numbers without speed.
All right, now Nick, talk to me about sacrificing shields there to kill that Overlord.
Well, they come back is the thing.
Okay.
Everybody at home, get your pen and paper out. They come back, all right?
Now, this is this is a technically correct play from Rhett, and I say technically because it's so easy to lose. This round right here, once you pass 27 supply, you need to just build a lot of units. You need to actually start flooding units and building nothing but units.
You want to get you don't need to make a lot of drones here. If you overmake drones, that's exactly what they want you to do.
Yeah, and it's weird because you know
Who's they, Nick?
it's
What do you say?
all the Stevens.
Slaven.
Yeah, the typically what Zerg does is they make a chunk of units, then they make a bunch of drones, and they make a chunk of units, and they make a chunk of drones. But like against 1 bases, you actually have to go to like 30 or so drones, and then only make units. Like you have a really long period where it's not okay to do anything.
Is there an
but do that.
Overlord in the egg? Is he just going to get this?
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
You know, you can actually just get the DT to kill the egg, too. That's
This is
actually
Brood
fine
War,
as
guys.
well.
We can't
Sure.
tell what's in the egg, man. That could be a drone.
Oh, so he's doing it.
That's a phase sword, bro. Cuts through
By the way,
eggs.
do you guys remember the bug that allowed DTs to fly across the map?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was High
That was
Templars.
fun.
They call
could
it
do
a
it,
shuttle. but yeah.
DT's High Templar.
They call it a shuttle.
I'm like, yeah, why haven't they patched that out yet? That's really messed up.
I think Legionnaire is not going to get this because he didn't target the egg in time.
Well, I think the thing is that
he's like, you know what? No, I can do it.
Oh God.
He's going to get it. 99, 60.
Oh,
22.
Oh! Wink, get the shot of him, quick. Pete, do it. Get a shot of Legionnaire and he'll wink. It's all
It's too late.
What's he going to wink about now?
Yeah. What is Legionnaire doing? Because the supply's continuing to go up, but I don't.
Did he take the island?
He's doing a really old version of this where you take the island back here.
That's right.
And you just because the only thing that I think Rhett could do to try to get an advantage would be to run down there and kill the second base, but there is no second base because he never took his natural.
That is a great point. Yeah, I mean this thing.
Well, there is a second base. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I like what you just said there, but it's not the one in his
natural.
Yeah.
When he got into the main base.
Oh, sick!
Man. No, yeah, that makes.
This is crazy.
No,
man.
that's brilliant. This is brilliant. Yeah, I mean, like so much of Brood War is about efficiency of your buildings and your units. You build the shuttle to take this backdoor thing.
Dude, Rhett's gonna lose this.
Why doesn't he have an overseer?
Well, this is so smart because you heard me going on and on about you got to build units, and indeed, the reason you build them is so you can hold this sort of stuff off, but then you can apply pressure to this back door or to the front door expansion of Legionnaire. But he's taking the back door first, which makes Legionnaire pretty much safe to spend extra money.
It leaves the side door open. Yeah.
Door.
The swing door over there is.
Hey, mate, you didn't have any detection in your main.
This is where the GT now runs into the expansion and there are no overlords there, and you're like, uh-oh.
Bit rough there, huh?
Oh, he actually could have gone down
my
there.
God.
Yeah, that actually happens sometimes with the Zerg players is they get in panic mode.
Is that a carcass from a freshly killed hatchery, or was that the other one, and the carcass is still there?
Oh, yeah, he might have actually he might have tried to make a drone there and got out sniped.
Jiminy Christmas. And
does a DT do enough damage, just one of them, to kill a hatchery when it's making, or do you need like 2 or 3? Does a hatchery gain health?
I'm nearly certain. I'm like 90% certain a DT outkills the health gain of a building hatchery.
Nay.
We're probably wrong.
Yeah, I know. All these actual legit Brood War players are like, everything they're saying is wrong.
They're wrong.
This is all wrong.
They don't know.
The true cheese Protoss, by the way, expands the island top right. You actually would have brought a probe up there and elevated over there.
I want to note, though, that you'll see Rhett has taken substantial damage. He's lost drones in his main. He's lost his third, but Rhett is still very close to Legionnaire in supply and is going up to 3 bases, has a lot of upgrades. This is why one-base style plays from Protoss slowly phased out in favor of early expands, because you have to deal damage to have an equal match.
Oh, he's just going to get mutas. A lot of times when you do the one-base stuff, you end up losing to the mutas, especially if you don't have Corsairs. Those things are pretty good. Oof. Oh, so he's going to get Scourge first and then probably possibly a muta follow-up.
It's pronounced Scourge.
Is it Scourge, really?
It's Scourge.
It's Scourge, right?
Yeah,
it's a Scourge!
I said
Don't
Scourge.
let Dan tell you how something's pronounced, though. He created Hydra, and its name is not Hydra.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my God.
How many Zealots does he have right now?
Zealots!
I don't know, but when those Muddalisks come in here, it's going to be...
Nobody says Muddalisks.
Is he going to make a Red Archon this game?
Yeah.
I remember,
Archon, some people do say that, though.
I have the best terrible mispronunciation. I don't remember who it was, but there was a PC Cafe.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And
they called it a PC cave?
No, wait.
No,
Here
no,
it
no,
comes.
no, no,
It's
no.
going to be a storm drop. It's going to be a storm drop.
Oh!
Wait, where's the storm? Oh, no.
They used to call Nick the Stormcaster because that was what he did when they did that.
Oh, there's drop in the main. Mutalisks in the other main.
Yeah,
You mean an air attack?
Yeah, that's not a drop at all.
He's just dead.
Uh-oh.
Where all is...
We would have been
Well,
able
his
to
2
hear
Dragoons
this.
are there. Well, this is the problem, is that you don't normally have enough gas units to combat the mutas when you try to do a building.
This is a problem, yeah.
Oh, he's picked off the Mutalisk.
I Templar too.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, even if you
My
get
God.
an Archon, these mutas can run away from the Archon forever.
This is a very nice transition by Rhett to just get a little bit of air control and then just go Mutalisks and kill everything.
Yeah, well, you know, we saw those 2 Corsairs get shot down. You have to have like 1 or 2 Corsairs.
I think Legionnaire is actually counterattacking in the bottom right. Going to try to set up. He's checking
The
in.
one Zealot counterattack?
Oh, but he has a whole bunch more up here just chilling.
They're like they let him go ahead.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
Oh! That Zealot counterattack worked.
So what just happened was when the storm was cast on top of the Mutalisks, it actually did more damage to their health than they have.
Oh, man. But Nick and I, when we were young, and I mean, this is like 6th, 7th grade, something like that. I don't remember who he was. We went to this PC cafe. We played a bunch of Big Game Hunters games with the other guys there and lost. And this guy we went with, he called Mutalisks Mullahs. You remember him?
Oh, yeah, barely, yeah.
That guy had so many mullahs.
And then those guys beat us in the PC Cafe. These like older guys. They like made us. We wanted to play like a normal game of StarCraft, and these guys were like, no. And they had some really stupid use map that we'd never played before, and they beat us in it and talked all this trash. And I'm like, wow, it was.
Then
you
they
remember
invite
that?
us to their van, and we're like, fine, but.
Well, I gotta say, Legionnaire is doing way better than I thought he was going to do. But actually,
this storm is really big.
Still, he needs to get it storm. I don't think the Muta's target. Yeah, the Muta's not targeting that. No, yeah, he's going to be fine. He has 2 storms, right?
He was touch and go there for a second. But,
I don't know. It doesn't.
We don't know how much energy it has. The screen cuts off the energy. The overlay cuts it off. We have no idea.
Does it show on observer mode? Anyways?
I don't think it does. Maybe it does.
I like seeing.
Yeah, no, that's like 68 energy
attack
right there, guys.
In this game, by the way, on workers, is the funniest thing. They just go to that spot. They're like, "What? What's over here?"
I mean, the supplies are really close, which is typically advantageous towards Protoss. Protoss should have a supply lead. Oh, that's a big storm.
That's good. And he also fished him into the cannons.
And the overlords can't fight. In
Yeah.
this case.
It's like, wait a minute.
They just have to
DT in the main base.
look at Rhett. He's like, what is this kid doing? Legionnaire, go back to 1995, man. What are you doing?
He's bringing back the old style. He's making it work. We really thought Rhett was going to be the guy. He's
I
probably going to take this whole thing.
In Rhett, yeah.
I mean, it would not surprise me if in a straight-up game, Rhett looked just so much better because, I mean, there's little things that
you mean like mechanically he's cleaner?
Yeah, he would just look like he is someone in a comfortable and dominating position. I mean, like right now, look at Rhett. He was at 1,500 minerals just a moment ago, which is pretty much a sign. This is
Rhett's bad.
Rhett's building stuff. It's that when you get thrown off, your economy plan gets thrown off, and unless you're like accounting for being able to spend extra minerals, there's nothing you can really do.
The overlords can't fight, but they can see, man.
This DT doesn't care. He says, I'm wearing a cape.
It's Usain Bolt.
No! That's confidence right there. All right, that's too bad. He didn't get out. If you get 1 DT out on the map, you can keep denying the drone from getting the other base. Look, if Red actually attacks Inter too many more times, he's going to be throwing away way too much of his army.
Could be.
But we also might see Red just go for a big drop. That also could be pretty effective here.
Yeah.
The key thing is that Rhett needs about 5 to 6 hatcheries and a 4th base, and he's making steps towards that. But this is a nice period where you can disrupt a Protoss player. It's very weird to say that Legionnaire is on 3 bases right now because Legionnaire had to make so many sacrifices to do his opening that he doesn't quite have the same amount of units that a typical early expanding Protoss would.
I gotta say though, I think Legionnaire is getting to the point where he's basically fine. He's going to have all the pieces he needs. I'm assuming he already has Dragoon range. He's got the storms.
I want a Dark Archon. I want Dark Archon.
Here we go. Oh, God, you get the storms off, Legionnaire.
Oh, that was with storm.
Okay, that one was good.
He has enough for, I think, 2 more.
That one gets a 6 out of 10. And, okay, unfortunately, I don't think he has any more storm. This is something that could actually bust him, I think.
You think so?
I think he has 1 more. Wait, scroll a little more south. Like, what does Protoss even have?
He's got more Templars.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this.
Oh, dude, look at this guy with the shuttle speed.
This is something that's really characteristic of Legionnaire, is just doing lots and lots and lots of shuttle harass. He's very good at, I don't want to call it weird styles, but like.
Oh, go!
Unload, and there's, oh my God, he's run all the drones.
And it's gone.
All right.
Ouch. But I think
you killed my brother earlier.
I mean, this is typical Legionnaire stuff, but shuttles cost a lot of minerals, and you're losing a Zealot here and a Dark Templar there, and eventually you do the big fight, and you are like 15 units short of what you normally would.
He's going to be making shuttles, I think, this whole game if he got speed, just because if you're going to invest in that, you might as well try to make it pay for itself, but I think that what Rhett's going to do, this is a really good pinning technique, is that if the Protoss tries to leave, you have a bunch of Overlords with drop ready, and you just drop everything in the main while you continue to expand. And Protoss never gets to get out on the map and punish them. By the way, this game is way closer, way better than I thought. After seeing Game 1, which was kind of a bungled cannon rush on 2-gate.
A very nice play here by Rhett, just to send some units, not a lot.
Oh, you know what? He might end up losing the island and not getting it back now. This is...
You can always keep the island, man.
This is how I would always lose to Legionnaire.
That's a what is that pylon, Dan?
That would be well, I mean, I played Terran in StarCraft 1, so that would be a Legionnaire pylon prop, possibly. As far as I know.
Yeah, you didn't jab back at Jeff. You're like, I don't necessarily apply to that insult.
I don't know. I don't know what that pylon is, Jeff.
Jeff plays Zerg in this game.
Uh-oh. Guys, we got some pretty decent storms. Oh, if Rhett can keep arcing, though, like this, and moving out of the storms.
Well, Legionnaires' army's like 1/3 the size.
Look at
Oh, stacking, boys.
A lot of storms, though.
Yeah,
I think Legionnaire keeps poking out when he doesn't quite have enough. If he, with his gateways kicking in, oh my God,
That's so dirty.
there's the cannon finish.
No.
No,
not even close.
Thank you, guys.
That's a cannon.
I asked.
Nick
I
knew
asked
that.
the
He's
hard
a hype
questions.
commentator. Come
Yeah,
on.
Is he going to mine out this base before the lurker
but is
kills
there
the
anything in this
Nexus?
shuttle? Oh no!
This might be the big push.
This might be it.
Yeah.
Do you think he commits to this?
Wait, going down, where the Templar or the Templar
Templar, we
anywhere?
need to get a zoom out here. We need
Where's
to see where
the
the Templar.
Templar?
He lost them.
They're
Zoom
gone.
in. Zoom in,
Guys,
we
do you remember the last battle where all the Templar died?
Guys, does Rhett win this fight right here?
I think he does.
He might.
Wow, Rhett's gonna
Some
go
great
2-0.
commentary.
He actually just did it.
GG.
Wow,
there
he
it is.
actually pulled it off. Look how happy that Curious Bear is.
Yeah, oh my God.
I didn't know you had the island expansion until I dropped it. I might.
That almost sounds like his voice. It's so funny. Okay, I gotta go set up my PC. Right.
All right.
Talk to you guys.
All right,
All right.
give me this. This is
Get
mine.
out of here.
We're gonna get a little bit of Rhett, a little bit of liquid Rhett up in this.
I don't know if he's still liquid, bro.
I think he is. I think it was liquid on
But
his
you
Twitter.
know, here you could if Draco's now, he's liquid.
He's liquid. It's liquid Rhett.
I
I think our
Yeah.
hey guys, I think our preview monitor just went out.
It's dead. It's live. Live monitor.
Stream's down. Ah, this is chaos. Picnic.
Yeah, I mean the Legionnaire always has like barely enough defense at all his little island expansions.
You did good, Mike.
Never quite enough
You did good.
in the front.
All right, are you
Rhett,
gonna come sit
get
down
in
here?
there.
You gonna join us?
Come on, Yos. We
Sit
know
in
that
there.
this is what you've been waiting
Join
for.
us. One of us.
Yes, yes. There's lots of cords here. Put this onto your head.
I've always wanted to sit next to Day 9.
Yeah. You.
No.
You just put it on your head.
No. It's
this
he's talking about the
is-
thing on the. There you go.
Oh, thank God.
Isn't that cute?
I'm just messing up everything.
There
man.
it is. Yes.
So
Liquid Red. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Are you still on Liquid?
I would say so in my heart, but I'm not officially on them. So
Liquid
I mean-
Red, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. We'll just take that as a yes.
TL.
Were you surprised by the cannon rush?
yeah,
in
the
the-
double
The
cannon
second or
rush,
third one, yeah.
I
Which one
mean,
surprised you more?
Which
I haven't
rank the
seen,
cannon
I haven't
rushes?
seen that many cannons since I played Jeff in StarCraft 2. So yeah,
Wow.
it was quite surprising,
Hey, man.
honestly.
Great minds.
Hey, wait. I think Rhett's mic is off.
Hey, we need.
Production. Yeah.
Spider?
No one's been able to hear anything that you said.
Okay.
Okay,
Is
I can
Is it
hear him,
better
though.
now?
Really?
Yeah, better.
Yeah, I know. You sound good now.
They couldn't hear him? Are you sure? We
mean-
could hear him in our headset.
Oh, I just can't hear him in my headset.
Oh, I can.
Well, you just keep talking. That's fine.
Yeah, we're fine. We
matter.
avoided the
I
crisis.
think you're fine.
What about in game number 2? He went for the one base, getting a quick Corsair and taking the island.
Yeah, I mean, my brain was just exploding. Like I had no idea what was going on.
It was actually getting pretty scary
what
back
he
there
was
for a while.
Going for is like I saw he had 2 gateways, so I was like worried about zealot attack. And then the speed shuttle came, and then I felt like I was right back in 2003 playing against Legionnaire. Cause
Dude, yes.
he always used to do it, and I mean it's a really cool, fun style actually. So I mean he played really good, I thought, considering he hasn't played in a long time.
Wow.
So I thought he played a
BM
really
is
good
real.
match.
You know, I want to ask because I feel, I've been watching your stream and you've been playing, I almost want to call it just like proper modern play, where you get your 3 bases up, get your 5 hatches, get your Scourge, and then your Hydralisks, and keep expanding and so on. I personally feel like some of these older school styles of like 1 base or early 2 gate can completely mentally throw you off. Because you don't even play against it anymore.
You don't get practice against it, so it's like you just never play it. So you, especially for people like me who came back after being gone for a long time, you just don't have the basics anymore to be like, okay, these are all the things that can happen when someone goes 1 gate, and then it just all snowballs very quickly, and you lose control of what you should be doing. So yeah, it's definitely a smart way to play, and definitely threw me off. I mean, you could tell.
You almost hit like 2,000 minerals.
Cannons, and
Yeah.
I didn't have gas because like my drones got stormed on my geyser, and I didn't put them back and stuff like that.
Oh, is that
so
what happened?
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't. I had like 2 drones on gas for like 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh, that's
I
like the
think.
worst feeling ever.
Oof.
Like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Something's not right. I have a lot of minerals and
And
no
at some
gas.
point, I just put down some hatcheries, and I was like, okay, just, keep calm, build more drones.
Yeah, I think the counter to being completely mentally thrown off is just build a lot of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Spend your money. Who do we have playing next? Artosis versus who? Why am I forgetting?
G5.
G5.
Oh, you shouldn't have helped him. You should have just let him. Who is it, Nick?
It's
Who
G5.
Who's the fit?
How do you pronounce that?
Huh? G5?
It's pronounced G5.
G5. My bad.
Here
there's the bracket.
Rhett, look at your. Oh, look at that.
There you are, Rhett. You're all the way over there.
Dude, how does it feel?
Feels amazing, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, but Legionary is going to strike back. You got to watch out.
Yeah,
for that.
Legionnaire is coming.
he's so debonair with his Legionnaire.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I guess we are going to be going to a little break here.
It's gonna be a short break. I think that we should make the break like 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Just enough to use the restroom.
Just enough time to recharge Nick's batteries, get him to vape a couple of times.
There you go. Yeah. My phone's probably died again for the third time today, so I got to get that plugged in too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, we hope we are all having a blast.
Nick, when are you going to stream Brood War? I just want to put. Everyone's asking. When are you going to do it?
Well, let's actually get a shot of Nick's broken arm and ask that question again.
Yeah.
Nick, this is not a power glove. Nick actually just broke his wrist.
This is a fashion cast.
He's like, guys, heads up. Fine. Don't put your hands inside a mongoose mouth.
I think I will stream Brood War just whenever my hand's better. I go to the doctor in I think about 6 weeks. I think from now, I got to have an X-ray. We'll see.
Yeah.
Do you think if you like focused and worked hard enough, you could come back sooner though? Like if you really wanted to?
Yeah, you got to want it. Yeah, if you use all your passion powers, the bones begin to just connect. It's an incredible thing.
Did you tell the stream about what happened with your wrist?
There's been a bone broken in my hand for a year, and the first doctor I went to misdiagnosed it. He was like, "Oh no, it's inflammation."
That's not your hand, that's an ankle, and you're like, "Really?"
All this time.
But yeah, I should be back to normal. I am a little bit salty. I can't play right when Remastered comes out. I have that one of those mindsets of like a Brood War player where I feel like if I missed out on 2 weeks, I'm just people having a leg up on me. I should be able to practice as much as possible. So, but yeah, I'll be back soon.
Guys, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to have Artosis going up against G5 in a match that will showcase the highest levels of skill Brood War has ever seen. Right, Dan? He gave me the finger. We'll be back.